Hey, this is going to be a quick look at my new ZT-0301. This is going to be my thoughts and opinion versus an actual review of it. So if you're looking for that, there's plenty of those on YouTube. I mainly want to compare it to the Adamas because I bought the Adamas to use at work, and it turns out I didn't really like it. The ergonomics weren't that great, and I didn't really like the clip on it. I went with the Ranger Green version of the ZT, hoping it would match my Surefire, but it kind of doesn't. The green in the Ranger Green scales is very minute, and it's a bit more tan than it is green, but it still looks really cool, and it does kind of go along with my Surefire. First of all, I'm going to start with the clips. I'm kind of odd. I know a lot of people like tip up and low riding clips, but I like high riding clips and tip down. I prefer tip down because I have small hands, so when I pull the knife out of my pocket, like so, my fingers are already in the position that they would be. So I just rotate and they're ready to deploy and grab onto the knife versus a tip up knife. I gotta pull the knife out and then I gotta do a shuffle, and I don't like shuffling, so that is my reasoning behind that. And on the Adamas, you got a high riding clip that is low riding clip that is tip up only. ZT has two ways of opening. You can use the thumb stud, and you can do that slowly. The assist isn't going to overpower you. You can do a flick with your thumb. Let's try to get that again. There we go. Flick with your thumb, and you can use a flipper. If you use the flipper the right way, it's going to come out really fast. I know some people have said theirs are slow. Mine is certainly not slow. It's almost as quick as the leak I have, which is pretty impressive for a blade this size. The Adamas, as many of you know, is axis lock, so it's just the thumb stud deploy or a disengagement of the axis lock and a flick. I do like the axis lock. It is cool because you can do the one motion for both closing and opening. But I prefer frame locks a little bit better because I'm more used to them, and it's more sure lock. You got little springs in here with the axis that can break. And even though the ZT is assisted and has a spring in there, if that spring goes, you're still going to be able to use the knife. The knife is still going to lock. My main gripe about the Adamas is the ergonomics. This bump in the middle here is extremely uncomfortable. It splits my fingers apart. There's a generous thumb ramp with jimping, but the jimping isn't as effective as the ZT. And the G10 is kind of slippery. Overall, this is a great knife. It's got a great blade shape, very thick D2 steel, decent coating on it, but the ZT certainly takes the cake. You got the S30V, you got a DLC coating that's not going to scratch anywhere near as easily as this spray-on coating on the Benchmade. The handle scales are machined for grip. You have an even more generous thumb ramp with generous jimping, and you have a area that you can really choke up on the blade there. You got a great finger choil with a finger guard that locks your finger in, and back here the handle gets fatter, so you can literally grip the knife with your 3 fingers. You don't even need your pointer and your thumb. I can cut with this knife holding it like this, and then you could really lock in with your pointer finger and your thumb. I can't do that with any other knife I own. It is just an extremely ergonomic knife for its size. As you can see, they're about equal. The ZT is certainly larger. The Adamas is a lot thicker in the handle area, and that leads to it being more uncomfortable for me as well. You got the G10 side, titanium side. I love the titanium frame locks. The sound they make when they open is just awesome. I love that click. It's got a good lockup, 50%. It's not sticky or anything. I haven't had any issues with it yet. You got the lock bar stabilizer there. The cutout is on the outside. I kind of like that. It's pretty cool looking. The pivot is it uses a nut, which I like a lot because if I'm at work and my knife loosens up, I can pull out my Leatherman and tighten it with the pliers. And pretty much every other knife I have, you need a torque screw. Yeah, that doesn't work out too well. The thumb studs serve as a stop pin, but unlike some other knives I have that the thumb stud works as a stop pin, you can actually use the thumb studs like thumb studs. I have a CRKT M21, and the thumb studs just don't work. The blade shape is a nice big belly there, nice for chopping, and the recurve here is great because when you're cutting something, it kind of locks in what you're cutting, so it doesn't slip out. And a great point on it. The wide blade really lends itself to being a very you know, a nice easy angle for slicing stuff, and it also, helps the blade be a lot stronger. Also, I like this nice, clip point here, so I can really get in against something and work without stabbing somebody. Overall, I really enjoy the knife. I love carrying it, and I carry it at work now. So I don't dislike the Adamas. I just prefer the ZT a lot more. And ZT so far is the favorite knife in my collection now. It's just an awesome knife. I highly recommend it if you're looking at it. So if you have any questions, just post below. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.